Hey guys, welcome back to the Vile J channel. Today I'm going to be showing you my Linkdragon Orders Ancient World deck profile. So, let's get things started. For the buddy for this deck, I'm using my Lonely Battle Axe Agito. He gives all your Dragon Share guys plus 10,000 power, plus 1 critical, and penetrate. In addition, he at the end of the battle that he attacks, you pay a gauge and call one of your Linkdragon orders from your hand on top of him. It's pretty cool. So for the buddy, playing 3 copies of him. He is searchable on the deck, so 3 copies is pretty good. For the other Agitos, I'm going to play 1 Thundercry and Thunder Flash Agito. He's plus 1 crit to the board when you have the full formation, double attack Soul Guard, and when his Dragon Share friends enter, plus 10k power for the turn. Rumbling Thunder Axe Agito to get one of our guys from the drop zone into the soul, as well as giving Soul Guard. And Cyclonic Thunder Axe Agito to pay 2 gauge and get a restand. Pretty useful. So that's it for our baby Agitos. For the adult Agitos, I'm playing 2 Deity of Enthusiasm and Bonds God Agito. He's got the Spiral Dragon God Share ability, so he reduces the size of your left and right units by 1, as well as gaining all the Dragon Shares of the units in the soul, with Penetrate, Triple Attack, and Soul Guard. Next, 2 copies of Rumble Spiral Thunder Axe Emperor Agito. This one can get 4 guys from the drop. He's got Spiral Dragon Share, and at the start of the attack phase, you drop 3 cards and put any number of Dragon Shares from among those cards dropped into his soul. He's already packing Penetrate and Double Attack, so I'm not playing the other copy of Agito that gives Penetrate and Double Attack. And then for the last boss Agito, we got Thunder Peak Spiral Link Axe King Agito. He's got Spiral Dragon Share, and he can come out of the hand at counter speed. So, yep, just kind of like a fun attack extender. And then these 2 are like your ace units. So that's it for the Agitos. For the rest of the Linkdragon order, I'm playing 4 copies of Sumisaki. This is like your bread and butter starter guy. Gauge 1, draw 1, and then when he's in the soul of, Dragon Share ability is plus 3k defense during the opponent's turn. Useful. For my last size 0, I'm playing 1 Chiwa. He reduces the opponent's power and defense by 2k, and gets you draw a card when your D share is put into the soul of a unit. Pretty useful. So those are our baby guys. And then for our size 1s, 2 Jisun. He gauges you a card on enter and protects you from card destruction. 2 Resolute High Rate. He prevents you from being returned to the hand or rested by card effects, and gives you a plus 1 critical when he attacks. 1 Rimbo. He lets you check the top 7 for Agito or an item, as well as giving you protection from nullification. So these are like our Protect Boys. Pretty useful. This guy's kind of like a Protect Boy. He gains you 2 life when you attack. Bloated Harahara. Classic for the Linkdragon order. 2 copies of Tricera. He's going to power up the soul of the unit that he's in because of his Dragon Share. And then he's also going to gain you 2 life and draw you a card when he attacks. So, not too bad. 1 Goe Goe. When he destroys a monster, you can restand this card, so he's really good in King Agito's soul. So you can wipe the whole board before you do your double attack or triple attack. Pretty sweet. Good Dragon Share. 1 Kaina. Just a plus 1 critical. Can't really go wrong there. And then for the last 2, 1 Mizuru. He lets you grab one of your items for the cost of a gauge, which is pretty useful. His choices are Bond Gloves and Jaw of Spiral. but I'll get to this in a second. And for the last of our monsters for the Linkdragon order, one Nakayubi. He just enter gauge 2 cards. So since you have a lot of gauge cost in this deck, just something simple like this to unenter grab 2 gauge is actually relatively useful. I'm glad to have at least one copy in the deck. Okay, so that was our Linkdragon order for our items. I'm going to do 1 Jaw of Spiral and 1 Bond Glove. Since they're searchable, I only play 1 copy of each, and they both kind of satisfy different things. So if I have God Agito, I can get a +2 critical double attack with this unit, and my souls can't be dropped by card effects, and this guy says my cards on the field can't be destroyed by card effects. In addition, damage I take is reduced by 1 from card effects, of course, not from attacks. So that's really useful against particular matchups that are just like, deal you a damage, deal you a damage, deal you a damage. No. Bond Gloves. For our last non-spell, non-monster guy, I play 1 copy of the Impact, Thunder Dragon Tornado. Get your opponent to lower than 4, pay 2 gauge, deal 4 damage. Pretty simple card. It doesn't really come up that often just because 4 is a small life total to get your opponent to if you're not already winning. But it's cool. I like the art, so worth playing 1 copy, I'd say. For our spells, spell lineup could use a little work, but I'm still working out the kinks. 2 Dragon Empire Legends. So this card, top card of your deck into the gauge, gain a life and draw a card. Super simple, kind of like a staple for Ancient Worlds forever. 2 copies of Link Training. Check the top 4, grab some D-share friends from among them to your hand, and put the rest into your gauge. Considering playing more of this, but the deck's already so tight on space I don't really know what to cut. 2 Linkdragon Orders Gathering. This lets you grab one of your Agitos, or you can put up to 2 Dragon Shares from your drop zone into your hand. So, pretty good recursion or searching for your God Agito or whichever Agito you need at the time. For one of resource cards, I have Give It Your All and Linkdragon Orders Hunt. Pay a gauge to gain a life and draw a card for each of your different guys, and then pay a gauge to drop top 4, put 1 Linkdragon order from among them into your hand. Which a lot of times you want your guys in the drop zone for your Spiral Dragon share of King Agito, so it's worth it, I think. So these are kind of like our resource cards for the most part. I have a couple more resource cards, but they're dual purpose, so I'll put them in this next section. Like Linkdragon Orders Links. So this card and a Chain Select are kind of similar, as in you drop 2 cards to activate their call cost, and then you get to pick between 2 different skills. For Linkdragon Orders Links, you put the top 3 cards of your deck into your gauge and gain a life, or destroy a monster. With Chain Select, you put the top card of your deck into your gauge and gain 3 life, or you can destroy a spell or item on the field. So 3 into the gauge, 1 life, or 1 into the gauge, gain 3 life. Pretty cool. Destroy a monster or destroy a spell or item. Very neat. I actually really like having these cards in the deck because you can save them for sticky situations when you're like, oh, my opponent's dropping my gauge. I better charge up the gauge a decent amount and gain a life, and then use that gauge to play my boss monster or something. So yep, pretty sweet. This is kind of like a win more card. Linkdragon Orders Oath. It's kind of like your Impact, realistically, because you stand all your units and you can attack during the final phase with them. Or you can put this into this card and one of your cards from the drop zone into the soul of a Linkdragon Order and give it Soul Guard. So that could also be pretty useful, but this is more so like your Impact card for this deck. For our defensive cards, I am playing 2 Cross Intersects. This drops one of the souls from your Linkdragon Order monsters in order to perform one of the effects. You can rest up to 2 cards on the opponent's field, return 2 cards on the opponent's field to the hand, or destroy up to 2 cards on the opponent's field. So, a lot of versatility for not too bad of a cost, though it can come up a little bit where you're like screwing yourself over because of the cost. For our other defensive cards, I play 2 copies of Linkdragon Spirit. Counter, nullify the attack, and put the top part of your deck into the gauge. Or, sorry, no, nullify the attack and drop the top part of your deck. If it's a Dragon Share, you get to add this card back to your hand. 2 Wild Guard. This is like Cross Intersect. You have to drop a soul from one of your guys, but you get to nullify an attack and prevent the standing of one of your opponent's units. So, like, even if they destroy your guy and would do a restand, you could be like, nah, Wild Guard, nullify the attack, stop you from restanding ever again for this turn. So I'd say these are kind of like staple cards for this strategy. And then there's a couple like more counter cards, but I play them as one-ofs. So I play 1 Super Spiral Explosion, Bond's Power Overflow. This is just like a 1-turn protection from everything as long as you have your boy Agito out. 1 Bond Shield, nullify the attack and add one of your low-level guys back to your hand. Linkdragon Bond Shield, nullify the attack, and then if you meet conditions, you can gauge a card, gain 2 life, draw a card, and it can't be nullified. And then for the last one, Linkdragon Orders Forceful Fight, lowering your opponent's criticals for each of your dragon shares. I actually used this earlier against my girlfriend, and it was awesome. What deck was she playing? She was playing the Dangerous Veggies, and I was able to reduce the Curry Pot's critical to like -1 and prevent her from dealing me any damage that turn with her triple attack. Yep, so that was the Linkdragon order. Thanks for checking it out, guys. This deck is pretty cool. It plays a lot of monsters, but you actually need them for the cost of your, skills and whatever. Your King Agitos require filling up the souls of your units. So like the Emperor Agito takes 4 Linkdragon orders from your field and or drop zone and pays 3 gauge. So you're able to kind of build your own badass unit by using different Dragon Share abilities in the soul on top of your, or underneath your King Agito or your God Agito. So these are kind of like your win cards, and the other small sized monsters are kind of like your means to get there, I guess. So yep, the cool part about this deck is it plays out at least a little bit different every time. Even if, you see that a lot of the same cards, it still feels different to play against. So I really like that about it. Like this time I won with Emperor Agito with, these 4 cards in the soul, but the next time I won with God Agito, and it had 5 cards in the soul, and it was all these different effects that were completely different from the last time that I played. So I think that's probably like the best part about the Linkdragon order, is you aren't stuck into one single game plan every game. You get to mix it up and build your game plan based on what your opponent's playing and what pieces you see. So I do like that about it, and I would definitely recommend this if you have any ancient world ambitions or whatever. And always remember,